At this point in the course, I've introduced you to one of the four forces that come up over and over in this class. Namely, we have discussed the gravitational force. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the second of the forces that we encounter a lot in this class. Now, to understand this demo, it's good to remember what we already learned regarding forces, right? If we see the speed of an object increase, that tells us that there is a force acting on the object in the direction of motion. If we see the speed of an object decrease, that tells us that there is a force acting on the object opposite the motion. So with that in mind, look at the box that I have here. And you can see that there is a string attached to the box. And right now the string is kind of slack. And because the string is kind of slack, it's not really interacting with the box much. However, let's say that I start pulling on the string, right? And right about here, the string becomes taut, right? It becomes stretched out. And then if I keep pulling, you can see that the box starts to move, right? I'll do that again. We start with a slack string. I begin pulling on the string so that it becomes taut. And you can see that just after the string becomes taut, the box goes from not moving to moving. Okay, so what does it tell you when an object goes from not moving to moving? It tells you that a force acted on the object. And in this instance, you can ask yourself, what was the thing that exerted the force on the box? Well, the thing that exerted the force on the box was the string, but you can see that the string is only able to exert that force on the box when it becomes taut. Okay, so this is going to be our second force that I'm introducing you to. This is called the tension force. The tension force is the force exerted by a stretched or taut cord on an object attached to one end. Okay, the tension force is the force exerted by a stretched cord on an object attached to one end of the cord. Right, so we can see that when the string here is slack, no force. When the string becomes taut, exerts a force. That would be the tension force. Okay. All right, so we have tension force. Okay, so the tension force is the force exerted by a stretched cord let's say a stretched or taut cord on an object attached to one end.